Alex Ramos was an original My Digital Escape member, and the only member that I haven't spoken about outside of Austin Jones on this channel. Prior to MDE, he was quite famous online, but he had a downfall. This is what happened to Alex Ramos. Alex Ramos started as a Viner. I'm not exactly sure when he started, with famous birthdays stating he first created his Vine account to mess around with while his record was being finalized. After gaining some attention, he was still creating videos mostly for his enjoyment, but towards the beginning of 2014, he started taking Vine seriously. Also yes, when they say record, they do mean music. He had well over 1 million followers on Vine when it was shut down, with the last save on the Wayback Machine showing 1.4 million followers. Speaking of music, in 2010 he created the channel I Can Do Vocals, where he uploaded largely covers. He was in a band called Aspirations, which I assume was the record that Famous Birthdays mentioned that was being finalized, as there's a studio update on the channel from early 2013. In 2014 he would join My Digital Escape as a founding member, contributing the least to the channel out of all the members, with 2 videos being public, My Favorite TV Show and Christmas. These were prior to leaving. I say leaving, but he was allegedly kicked out for lack of posting and replaced with another member. Although this wouldn't be his only channel, with an initial self-titled channel now being called Hannibal, which was created in 2016 and is home to his beats that he's made. In 2012 he created a different self-titled channel, with the highest sub count being close to 100k on the Wayback Machine, as shown in a save from March 8, 2017. Although this was also later changed and every video was privated, which we'll go into soon. But first, let's talk about why. To preface this section, I want to state that these tweets were in 2013/14 when Alex was around 18/19. The place most of these can be found today are through a Tumblr post and a Twitter account, although they don't exactly mirror the same information. The tweets shown will be censored, but they feature sexism among other things, also alluding to assault and other things. Oddly enough, this stuff came out prior to him joining My Digital Escape, which seems like something to add to the list of weird things Brian Stars has done. For this video, I'm going to be reading the Tumblr post. It was posted by Sparkly Steph. It says, "Are you a fan of Alex Ramos from Vine? Well, have I got news for you." And then it shows a screenshot of this. But this isn't it. Steph went on to say, "Honestly, I thought he was hilarious, but while looking through pictures to explain the Curtis Lepore being an R-word problem, I found a heaping load of screenshots of this guy showing us an example of just how to be a terrible human being." Then there's a screenshot of this message. Post goes on to say, when faced with angry replies, he told someone to off themselves. "Do you know what encouraging suicide means? You're just as bad as a murderer. If that person had been near the edge, you could have just sent this person to death. We would have lost that person because of this man." Alex tweeted and said, "R-word is the new swag." And this is allegedly in response to that, is this user saying, "Have you been effing R-worded? I have. There's nothing that is effing swag. So if you haven't," I don't know if there's more to that or if that's just how it was written. But Alex replied and said, "OMG, shut up, no one cares, I was joking, bye." Although it's written at the bottom of this section, the context for this is he makes fun of women on a daily basis, especially if they're fuller women. He encourages beating and R-wording women. Why? Because they don't meet his liking of making him food and giving him pleasure while he plays video games and being as thin as a toothpick. As you can see, there's even more. I'm not reading these for obvious reasons. These have all, as far as I know, been deleted now, by the way. Steph also goes on to say, "That enough proof for you?" and then post more screenshots. If you're wondering what Alex Ramos did as a result of this, the answer is, I have no idea. Kind of. By kind of, I mean I don't know if he apologized. There's mention of a deleted tweet of him apparently asking for support, but as far as the current public apology, I can't find anything. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he has changed his behavior and doesn't look back fondly on the controversy at all. The next question is, what happened to Alex Ramos? Well, I mentioned a little bit about rebranding, but there's a little bit more to it. Alex has rebranded his main channel. What was Alex Ramos TV is still Alex Ramos TV, but by URL only, and leads you to a channel called Tarzan. Alex has gone into music now, releasing music under that name. Every previous video, all the commentary stuff has disappeared. There isn't even links to his channel in the My Digital Escape video descriptions. Since his peak, he's lost 8 or 9,000 subscribers on his main channel. Although despite this and the previous rebrands, his most popular social media, Twitter, has not had a username change, oddly enough. It's still Sorry I'm Alex, sitting at over 200,000 followers currently. He also has an Instagram and TikTok. Most of his most recent posts on Twitter are regarding a car crash from 2023. Also in 2023, at some stage he went missing for a few days, although he was found. And I don't think he's really posted online since, not even the music stuff. I honestly thought he had disappeared. That was until someone left a comment recently about him making music, which inspired this video, because I mentioned in my Digital Escape video that I probably wasn't going to cover Alex Ramos due to the controversy that I mentioned in this video. Because if you googled it, you could just find out what happened to him, or why he fell off the face of the earth at least. Or so I thought. Turns out I was wrong. I will say, before I go, that I'm a bit surprised that the drop-off wasn't more extreme. I understand that he's rebranded and that if he hadn't, that the fall-off might have been more extreme, but to only lose like 8 or 9,000 subscribers on his main channel over the past 10 years, well, that's not too much. Because who knows how many of them just became inactive and were removed naturally by YouTube. I obviously haven't given insight into how his Vine was affected, nor his Twitter at the time, because I honestly couldn't find out. But if they fell off dramatically at the time, then I completely would understand that. I first actually heard about all this when I was researching and archiving the Crank That Frank videos. You can find Crank That Frank talking about the Alex Ramos situation in a video that I have re-uploaded on my archive channel if you're curious. But yeah, everything kind of comes full circle in this series most of the time. Thanks for watching.